be stress-free, right? Because are really stressed out, bummed out by the process. Some who may not even know if they're doing it right. And so in this video, I just sort of give you 3 ways to improve your fertility stress-free, or 3 things that are actually going to help to make sure that your fertility journey is as stress-free as possible. So listen up, right? But before we get started, again, if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. My name is Natasha Winter. I am a natural fertility coach, and I'm here to give you tips, to give you solutions, and to give you support along your fertility journey. So one of the things that you should do right now is, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and also make sure that you like this video. So yes, I know that is 3 things, but make sure you just combine them all in one and get it done. All right, so 3 ways to make sure that your fertility journey is as stress-free as possible, or make sure that improving your fertility or improving your egg quality even is as stress-free as possible. But first, I want to sort of help you to understand why your fertility journey is even stressful in the first place, right? So one of the reasons why your fertility journey may be stressful for you right now is that, number one, you're doing it alone, right? You're going at this monster, you're tackling this beast called infertility, okay? This thing, you are going at it alone, all by yourself. What does that look like? That looks like you're doing all of the research. So you're on Google, you're on, using some new AI technology, you are reading books, hopefully, possibly, that you have done that, and you are all over, probably in groups, different hashtags and things like that, looking up solutions to your unique fertility issue, right? But if you're doing it alone, what you don't know is that you're taking on an entire career. You are taking on a whole field of work that people like me, okay, have found passion in, and have found joy, and have found delight in. But for you, while you're doing it, while also dealing with the actual stress of trying to conceive, you're not going to necessarily have the same experience. You're not going to get the same rewards. And the process might look a lot more stressful for you than it would for someone who has chosen to do this for a living, right? So again, number one, you're doing this by yourself, just taking on too much stress, too much, a load, okay, on top of your regular life. All right, so you have your career, you have your business, you have things going for you, you're part of other communities, and you have other goals and visions that you want to do. But what happens when you're trying to improve your fertility, especially naturally, or on any fertility journey, infertility usually takes over your entire life, right? So it can be very difficult to sort of manage, being able to look at even the information that you are stumbling upon or that you are learning. It can be very difficult to look at it with an open mind, to look at it with the ability to be able to tell what works and what doesn't work, or to be able to make sort of judgment calls on what you're actually going to do, because you're too close, basically, right, to really see and map things out. And on top of it, doing it alone, not having any sort of way to, again, judge what works and what doesn't work, see what has worked for other women, and really personally be able to meet them and speak to them. It doesn't necessarily help you in that regard. Right? That's one huge reason why it could be very stressful for you, right? So that's just one reason, sis, right? But before I get into too many of the reasons, I really just want to give you the solutions, or give you 3 quick ways, 3 things that you can start to work towards today that can help you to reduce some of the stress, or at least know what it is that you can put in place to help to do that. So the number one thing that you can do is to actually have a strategy, right? So just like anything else that we do in life, I want you to start thinking like this. Improving fertility to some degree is like doing a lot of other things that we are doing for the first time, or that is big and that's grand, or that, you know, even things that we are looking forward to. So like, you know, just like how you would look for, you would plan for a wedding, or you would want to get married, you want to plan for the wedding. When you're starting a new business, you want to create a business plan. When you are buying a home, you want to, you know, look around and you want to map out like what kind of house you want, and you want, you know, get all the checklists off that you want and things like that. But when it comes to increasing your fertility or improving your fertility, some of the same sort of principles or methods apply. You want to have a strategy, right? So that consists of having a goal, having a plan, having action steps that you are going to want to perform. So if you have already watched my video on how to improve your fertility this year, make sure to go and check that video out. It should be here or somewhere, but definitely check it out in the description. And it wasn't too many videos ago, so you can just, you know, scroll on down through the little news feed and you should be able to find it, right? So don't do that. So you want to have a strategy, okay? That's going to help to make sure that you know where you're going with this thing, right? Because one of the biggest mistakes that I see a lot of people make online, that people that call me and say, you know what, hey, I tried the natural methods and they didn't work. One of the biggest issues that a lot of people think is that, you know, if you just take a couple herbs here, if you just do a yoni steam here, if you just, you know, go and get 1 or 2 acupuncture treatments or something like that, that is what is going to work for you, that it even has worked for anybody else. No, sis. A lot of times, sure, there are things that can work super fast, and I'm going to actually tell you about that at the end, but just make sure you stick around, because I do have 7 fast feminine techniques that can help you to improve and increase your fertility and equality naturally that I want to share with you about. So make sure to stick around for that, right? So sure, things can work rather fast for you. Sure, things can work fast for some women. Maybe you've heard, hey, that sister, she just did 1 yoni steam and she is she's pregnant, or she blocked her tubes, or, you know, things are looking good in her favor. Okay, that doesn't necessarily work all across the board. Okay, and so I don't want you to set yourself up for disappointment. I would rather you do more things that are going to increase your fertility and quality than to try one thing once, twice, and then wonder why it's not working, right? So that is what your strategy is about. Then you want to have a system in place. You want to have some sort of system that is going to ensure that, number one, that your strategy fits into your life, that it is something that you can perform, that is something that you can be consistent, something that you can do, something that you will enjoy doing, and something that, again, is seamless and is easy and effortless in your life. Like, for example, I'm making this video here, and I'm keeping this video really, really short so that it fits easy and effortlessly in my life, because my daughter wants me and she wants me now, right? So you want to make sure that you have something similar, something that might not take longer than 15 to 30 minutes for you, no longer than 2 hours to 4 hours for you. It really depends on your method. Okay, and as a matter of fact, I have 2 coaching programs that help to address, you know, the different sort of demands women have in their life. So my Feminine Fertility Rituals program is more for women who are at the beginner stages and maybe have a lot more time here or there on any given day, while my fertility frequency course is for women who are busier, but are able to commit more long-term to the process. And so I have a 3-month program, and then I also have a year-long program, right? So both of them help to address, you know, the demands in your life, right? And so similarly, you want to make sure that you have some sort of system in place, right? My programs are the equivalent of like a system. So the third thing that you want to have is, you know what, let me just back up this a little bit. The reason why you want to have a system is because without it, life is going to be lifing, okay? Life is going to take over. Life is going to be distracting. Life is going to pull you back into your old ways, habits, routines, and patterns, right? And so with a system, that fits into your lifestyle is going to help to make sure that you can easily integrate it into whatever your lifestyle looks like right now, right? So thirdly, you want to have fertility support, okay? And more specifically, you want to have a fertility coach support, okay? And I will even go a little bit further than that. If you're improving your fertility naturally, ideally you want to have the support of a natural fertility coach, because unfortunately in these fertility streets, not all fertility support, not all fertility groups, not all fertility programs or coaching is created equally. I'll give you an example. There are some women who have good doctors that support them, you know, say good doctors with my little quotation marks, because unfortunately they're not, that is holistic, right? But there are some women that have very supportive doctors, and that for them, for these women who receive support from the doctor, their doctor tells them, look, donor eggs are your only option. For them, that is taken as fact, whereas meet their core values, which want to have a baby as naturally as possible. Now, disclaimer, I'm not saying that if you have a baby, IVF or IUI, or that your babies are natural, or that even the process is unnatural. I'm simply saying it's not the most natural way, right? Your fertility naturally, conceiving your baby naturally, it can sort of pit these women against, again, the concept of improving your fertility naturally. It's like, and I want to make sure that I'm not doing that here, right? But you want natural fertility support because it's a different mindset. It is a different mindset than getting support from someone who promotes IVF or who IVF, even if it may not be a last resort for them. For someone who is more natural centered, it is not as much of a last resort as it could and should be. So that is why I want to emphasize getting fertility support from a natural fertility coach, or a natural fertility, having a natural fertility support system, if that is your core value, right? So again, I'm speaking to women who want the natural fertility methods, natural fertility, right? You're willing to put a little bit more into conceiving naturally and going that way, and maybe you're not getting the most supportive doctors or medical staff. Maybe if you mention, hey, I want to try this natural thing, or I want to do this thing for X amount of time or to get the result, maybe your doctor or your healthcare provider is not with it, is totally against it, is even gets mad with you or says things to really undermine, you know, your intelligence or undermine your values, right? And so that's where you would have a more natural fertility coach, okay? And so those are the three things: making sure that you are getting, making sure that you have a strategy, making sure that you have a system, and making sure that you have natural fertility support. So if these things help you, which I really, really hope that they do, make sure to like the video, and also make sure to remember to watch the video I told you about. So what I want to invite you to is my 7 Fast Feminine Fertility Results, which is going to help you, sorry, not 7. I want to invite you to my 7 Fast Feminine Fertility Techniques program or workshop, which is actually called my Fertility Goddess Rituals workshop. Okay, and it's coming up really, really soon. And I'm going to be teaching you 7 fast feminine fertility techniques again, that are going to help to improve your fertility and your equality, that are fun, that are feminine, that are enjoyable. Okay, that are going to help to take some of the stress away. Like, it has, the methods I'm going to teach in this program have the benefit of helping to actually reduce stress. Okay, on top of that, you're going to get 7 mantras. Okay, and you're also going to get a lot of other things with this program. So we're talking about workshops, we're talking about tutorials, critiquing your actual techniques to make sure that you're able to do them right and perform them well on your own to help to improve your fertility naturally. So I'm super excited to invite you to this. And if you would like to learn more, make sure to click the link in the description, and specifically to go to natasiawinter.com/fertility goddess rituals. Or very shortly, you'll be able to actually just go to fertilitygoddessrituals.com. For now, go to natasiawinter.com/fertility goddess rituals, click the link in the description, and request your invitation to join. I have 2 levels to this program, so depending on which one you join, you will be able to get more access to me and more support in creating, or it's not creating, in practicing the methods and making sure that you're doing them correctly and right, so you can get the best results from that. So that is all I have for you today. Those are my 3 tips for helping you to reduce your fertility stress, or to increase your fertility and your egg quality stress-free this year. Lastly, before you leave, if you would like to learn more about my feminine fertility lifestyle program or my fertility frequency program, make sure to check out my free training in the description. Okay, my Fertile Woman Activation Workshop, okay, or make sure to watch my fertility routine webinar. So those are some trainings I have for you that are going to go in depth into my methods, into my techniques, and you will fully see how these methods can help to increase your fertility, how they can be stress-free, and how you can begin to implement them in your life. So that's all I have for you today. I'm Natasha Winter again. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Bye.